Hey y'all, today I'm going to show y'all how to make this cute little fall card, and then I also made this Christmas card using the same sketch. And the idea is your focal images is at the front and then you just trim around it. So I made this one for Christmas, and then I have this one for fall. And we just did some heat embossing from this sentiment, and we used colorful seasons for this card. There's actually two ways you can do this, and I'll show you this way, and then I'll show you how you can do it without having to run this through the Cuttlebug or your Big Shot. I don't have a Big Shot. I purchased the Cuttlebug prior to Stampin' Up, so I continue to use it. And this is the Designer Series paper from the Painted Harvest bundle. And I just love those little acorns. They are just absolutely adorable. Okay, so we'll get started. I'm using a piece of Very Vanilla. This is not Stampin' Up! Very Vanilla. This is just something from my stash. I have run out of Very Vanilla. It's on order, so we're just going to go ahead and use this. So what we need to do first is stamp our focal point, which is this leaf. And I use a combination of 3 colors on that one. We're going to use the Old Olive, the Fresh Fig, and the Daffodil Delight. So I always start with a darker color, and we're going to do a stamping off system where you just stamp your ink pad onto a scrap, and then you stamp it. It's like they call it second generation stamping. So that's the Fresh Fig, and I always get it on me when I close them. I haven't figured out how not to do that yet. And then we're going to use some Old Olive. Again, stamp off, and then try your best to line it up. So my head may be in the way for just a minute till I figure out how to line this up. And then we're going to use some Daffodil Delight. Stamp off, line it up, like that. And then I am going to use some soft suede to put in the detail. And again, this is from Colorful Seasons. And we're going to stamp off of that one as well. And then just line it up. And then you take your leaf and line it up. And you're only going to run it through the bottom portion. So I try to get the least bit of cardstock I can on the bottom. So let me get my Cuttlebug. I'm going to put in my base plate, my magnetic plate, a cutting pad, and line it up. You can put some washi on it to hold it steady if you want to, and what I do is I just press and I'm only going to run it to about right here. And you just kind of eyeball it. Take that out. And this is what you have. You just have the very ends cut. So the next thing you want to do is decide where you want your diagonals to be. And what I do is I take my T-square and make some little tick marks. Here and here. I'm cut to there, so I want to make sure I get all that in. There. And I think I want to do it here. And you can use your trimmer to do these lines, but I think it's just as easy to do it with scissors. Just like that. And there you have your top portion of your card. So we know this space is 5.5 by 4 1/4, so we're going to make it an 1/8. No, we're going to make it exactly. So we're going to do 5.5 by 4 1/4. And you just glue. Here it is. Got some snail. And you just glue your panel to the inside of your card. Just line it up just under the fold line. And then I always look on the back to see if I have any that I need to trim, and I do. So you just take your scissors and trim up the excess. And there you have it. Now with this one, I actually worked with for a while. I did trim this edge back a little bit, and then Stampin' Up's got these new markers coming out, equivalent to Copics or Spectrums. And what I do is I just take my Spectrum and the new markers, you'll be able to use those, and just do the outside to where it doesn't look so harsh. Just to sake of time, I'm not going to trim this line back, but you can. It kind of makes it a little bit more rustic, fallish looking, I think. Just gives it a little bit more definition. this one is not going to be as pretty as the other one because I took a lot more time with it. And when you open it, you still have room up here to do your sentiment or your message. The sentiment's going to be on the front. And I think we're going to still do this, may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. So we're going to get that one out. And heat emboss it. And we're going to use our Versamark. Get it good and inked up. I'm going to use our embossing buddy on our card, if I can find my embossing buddy. And just do the outside like that. Stamp our sentiment. I'm going to use some gold embossing powder. We're going to heat up our gun. And you just heat this up, it melts to the paper till it gets shiny. Probably can't see it on camera, but in real life it'll go from a dull appearance to a real shiny appearance when it's finished. And there you have it. You can put a bow like I did up here, or you could even do another little stamping of the little acorns. I think is cute. My idea about if you didn't want to do it this way, you could don't forget to erase your little tick marks. You could go ahead and cut your diagonals, and then you could just actually glue your leaf to your diagonals, which probably is an easier way. And then just do 2 of them, and then you'd be able to cover your markers up and have a cute little flower both directions. So that's it. That's how we made this special, I'm calling it a special cut card, where it's got the designer that peeks through, the designer series paper that peeks through. Stampin' Up also has a special going on with their designer series paper. If you order 3, you get 1 free from a selected list. They have 15% off on anything to put your card together, glue, tape. They're running a special on Fast Fuse. If you order 1 Fast Fuse, you get 2 refills free. What else is going on? They're introducing the new blends, which are markers that are comparable to Copics or Spectrums. So that's pretty exciting. The new alcohol markers where you can do some shading. So that's my card and video for today. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said in the past, show me some love. Give me subscribe to my channel and comment with any questions or anything, and feel free to visit my online store at stampinwithkathy.stampinup.net if you want to see any of these products that you would like to order. So bye for now.